Hello, guys, and yeah, welcome. But this is not an episode. This is an explanation, and yeah, I'm really not happy. My microphone, my Yeti microphone, had a little bit of a problem. I had to repair it. The wire, for some reason, ended up getting caught on something. I don't know how, considering it's not moved, but the wire ended up snapping. So I've managed to, well, I say snapped, it's like kind of ripped. But anyway, I've managed to kind of tape it back together, so it's holding out for now. So yeah, I didn't realize until I recorded about 2.5 hours of Aurora, and then found out every episode was completely silent, which is a massive, massive disappointment. It's it's one of the worst feelings you can ever see. Well, ever feel, sorry, just to see that like all the episodes is completely mute, and it's like, oh my god, I've wasted my time. But yeah, sadly, there was a lot done in those 2.5 hours that, yeah, I can't go back. It's really difficult. But I'm gonna give you guys a rundown of what's going on, and then in the next session, at least we'll be able to go from there. But we are in the year 2061. I'm lining up a new shipyard to be built so we can start producing our military ships. We've run out of a few materials on Earth, namely colvamite, macacia, iridium, have been exhausted on Earth. I've sent the geology team to basically go and survey a few more worlds. We found nothing on Pluto, and we found nothing extra on Eris, which is a very, very promising little world to mine from. Right then. Onto shipyards. Well, I did finish the design for the command class. And, well, I went and named it the command, well, that's its designation, the command destroyer. So it's a CMDD, and that is the CMDD Marathon class destroyer, which is our lead ship. I'm going to go ahead and show you the design, but I decided to go for it in the end. It was a long time. I spent maybe a full hour probably going over the design and like the benefits and like issues of the design. So the design is 10,000 tons. It has 306 crewmen. It has a maintenance life of 3.42 years, which is pretty good actually. I could probably have reduced that and got a lot more out of the actual tonnage. We have the jump drive. We have our magnetoplasma drive engine. We have about 890,000 litres of fuel, a range of 2.6 to 26.3 billion, I apologise. We are armed with two low dynamic 12cm lasers within a range of about 80,000 kilometres, which is not much at all, but it will do. We have the Powell Ordnance CIWS Gauss cannon. We have one of those. We have the Cox Benson Heavy Industries Fire Control, so that's for our beams. And then I went and, yeah, just added a better sensor, so we have a 44.7. And then we just have a passive sensor with our fusion reactor over here. So, excuse me, it is basically a 4 layers of armor. It's not bad, but it took a long time to really figure out what I wanted this ship to be. I was initially going to arm it with missiles, but it just couldn't be done really. It's a jump ship. The jump engine itself is about 3,000 tons, so it was really difficult to really decide what I wanted from the ship. So what I decided on having is some CIWS to try and shoot down some missiles, and then just to have these ultraviolet lasers, so that yeah, once we draw into range of something, then at least it'll have something to be able to contribute to the fight with. But its main role is to deliver the other ships to the area, as well as offering some anti-missile support. And then I was moving on to building the escorting ships, which would have the yes, I was going to mount some free missile launchers over here with the free magazines, which is what I could kind of fit on. I was kind of debating on whether I should add some more CIWS and reduce the armor, or keep the armor at 400, then maybe add some more fuel or something like that. But I did design quite a few missiles. I have the swarm missiles at the moment, which I am going to redesign probably in the next session. But I did go ahead and I did design some really interesting things. Namely, if I just slap a size 20 launcher on here, which is something that we researched. We also have the 225 million fire control for the missile, so we'll be able to fire at 225 million miles away. Well, kilometers. I'm so English it hurts. Right then, so let's get a size 20 launcher on here. Doesn't particularly matter. But I also did design, well, some of these aren't, like this one. Well, these ones don't really particularly matter. These are like the active sensors, so it's kind of difficult to explain. But I designed a geosatellite and a active satellite. Now, what this basically means is I designed a missile that contained a satellite with a good strong range, about 200 million range, maybe 200,000 range for geo surveying. It's only about 1/10 of the power of a survey ship. Yeah, so it would take a long time. But the idea of this was to basically have them on our missile ships or some other ship in the future. I mean, I've not decided yet if I want to actually try and mount some of these on here. But basically, with it being a size 20 missile, the actual satellite itself is about size 10. The missile is about size 10 as well, so it could actually deliver it some distance. As you can see, it's got a decent range, about 11 billion range, which is pretty respectable, I guess. And then I also designed a active satellite. Now what this had is basically active sensors. So the idea was to have this onto some kind of ship and then have it go into a system, fire some of these missiles off, have the satellites basically deploy, and then we'd be able to get some sort of sensor readings from that area. So that's one of the things that we did. We also discovered the ROS 128 system, which we have been steadily exploring. And we have not found any hostile contacts from the system, which has been fantastic. We found 17 million Corbomite on ROS 128A1, and then on the gas giant here of 128A3, we discovered some saurian deposits. Other than that, nothing particularly much. But what I have been doing is I just finished jump gate construction technology. So I think what we're going to be doing soon is basically building some jump gates. We just need to design a ship to be able to do that. Build some jump gates, and then we're going to probably try and colonize the ROS 128 system and set up human civilization over here, which is all well and dandy. In the Sol system, we have the Proxima. Now, the Proxima was one of the Zambia Mark 4.1 classes that was constructed, and it is commanded by... Who is the Proxima commanded by? I forgot. Wait, let's go over here. No ships. Right, the Proxima is commanded by... Why am I not seeing... Okay, just a novice fuck up. A novice. Okay. Right, naval officers is commanded by... I think it's... Yes, right, okay. Mr. De Gamer 2.0. Mostly because De Gamer died in the New York, so I made a clone of him, and now he is commanding the Proxima. So, congratulations, you continue as a clone. So, salutations and celebrations. So what are we doing in the meantime? Well, we're constructing our first command class destroyer, and we were just basically exploring the systems. I have the Proxima looking for more jump points in the Sol system. We have about 6. We've found 3 so far. And let's go back to our galactic map over here. I've actually figured out how you actually change this around. So we have a Lumen 16 over here, Proxima Centauri, and then the ROS 128 system, which we're going to start looking for and possibly colonize in the future. So that's something that we can definitely do. Many other things have gone on. We also towed the Estonia from Saturn, or Jupiter, I think it was Saturn actually. We towed it away from Saturn using the Stig, basically our Togo class tug, and we brought it back to Earth, so we can actually bring the fuel back to Earth and then tow it back out there. Other than that, yeah. a lot of things, lot of things, and I really wish I could have had those episodes because I feel like I feel like I've let people down. I've let myself down, and most importantly, I need to find money to replace this microphone. Oh God, I'm so fucking poor. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys a rundown of what's happened, and yeah. Okay, guys, I really apologise about this. I was hoping to bring you another 4 or 5 episodes today, but I apologise. I did record some XCOM Long War as well, about 2 hours of XCOM Long War on impossible difficulty with Iron Man mode, and I've had to delete those as well because they're all mute as well. So, all in all, it sucked. It sucked really, really badly. And yeah, hopefully this will never happen again, and hopefully I can try and find some cash to replace my microphone, as Blue Yetis are not fucking cheap. Though they seem to be on sale every time I don't need one, but anyway. Thank you guys, and yeah, maybe some episodes tomorrow if I get the chance, or the day after for sure. But I do apologise, and I wanted to thank you for your patience, so thank you guys, and I hope to see you again in the future.